Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. This is Frosty. It is Sunday morning, and I would like to say how do you do to everybody that's in the stream. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Coin Junkie AG is in the house. Coin Junkie AG, thank you for being a channel member. Jackalope is here. Des Logic is here. Jackalope, thank you for being a channel member as well as a mod. Appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much. We got Thomas Hill in the house. I think Thomas Hill stepped away to get some coffee, but he will be back in just a moment. So, welcome, Thomas. Good to see you in the streams. It's always fun to see people. We got AZ. AZ, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate you being here. All right, Killer Strider, what's up, dude? How you doing? Greetings from Indonesia. It's nice to see you. Malaysia or Indonesia? Did I say that one right? Which one did I think it's screwed up. James Schultz is in the house. What's up, Big Flip? How you doing, bud? Hope you're feeling better. I know you had to deal with the flu for a little while, so I hope you're feeling a little bit better, bud. Inkman78 is in the house. Good to see you here. Happy to have you in the streams. And Malaysia. Yeah, I knew it was Indonesia or Malaysia. It was one of the two. I couldn't remember which one it was. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Big Flip with the membership. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate your support of the channel. You've done a lot for the channel over the course of 2023. So thank you so much. All right, you guys, you know it wouldn't be me without having my kind of standard special guest. The one and only Paula.
Good morning.
Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm good.
Good
He just
morning,
brings
shift
me up
kicker.
because I have insomnia and I can't sleep, and I'm up early in the morning. So yeah, he
Well,
tolerates
that's,
me.
the problem with insomnia is, it's not getting to sleep. It's
Staying asleep.
staying asleep.
Yeah.
That's the big one. That's the rough part. My mind never shuts off.
Uh-huh.
That's the problem that I have. And, I'll lay down in bed and go, I know how to do that. And if I don't get up and do it, I'll never get back to sleep.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll get up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, work for an hour, figure out what I'm doing, and then I'll go back to sleep and I can sleep fine. But
Good morning,
coffee,
everybody.
coffee, 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 coffee
Happy last day of 2023. Thank goodness.
time. Well, is it?
Oh,
uh,
I know.
24,
Everything's gonna
24
be
is
on
already setting
repeat.
itself up to be an interesting year. We're looking at a huge potential for recession, which could be good for numismatics. But yeah, I'm kind of glad 23's been a wonky year, man.
Man, no kidding.
So it's been good for me. My first year in YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, in that way, yeah, sure. You got to look at the positive, right?
Yeah, it's been this has been fun. A lot of people forget I've only been doing this 1 year. It's been a whirlwind, a lot of fun, a lot of great people, a lot of support. My first big coin show, got to meet all you guys. Also was
That
so
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, that was tons of
Got
fun.
another one coming up.
I'm hoping I can make it. I might not be able to.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm serious. We're doing a once in a lifetime European trip, my wife and I.
Oh,
We're
sweet.
doing we're doing 14 days in 8 countries.
Mm,
So
how
we're gonna be
fun.
doing yeah, we're gonna be
Oh,
doing
yeah, you definitely need to do that.
yeah. So the one of the two biggest things are going to go see my family castle in Ireland,
Nice.
and then going to have drinks at the Switzerland ice castle up at the top of the
Mm,
Swiss Alps. And
how fun.
that I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah,
That's
you
been a
gotta.
bucket list item for me ever since I saw that in whatever that James Bond thing was when they took place
Right.
in that. I was like, "Oh man, I got to go there." And they got a train and stuff you take to the top, and my wife was like, "Hey babe," and I was like, "What?" Guess what we're gonna do?
Can we do
Show
it?
those.
Fun.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Crispy Mofo? Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
But
smash that like. Smash that like.
yeah, I appreciate you all doing that. Thanks for coming in and joining me in the streams. So I want to get back to the discussion Paula and I were gently having right before we went live. Because this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And it's funny how you have an idea and then just in general chit chat that comes up. If you look at Paula's non-picture emoji icon, you see that
Ugh.
extra V, an exaggerated example, right? And this kind of thing got me thinking a little bit last night about when do you act on an impulse to buy a coin, silver, gold, whatever it might be, the latest variety, the latest error, against taking a minute and reacting to other people's purchases. When is it good to be that first response type person, and when is it bad? How do you protect yourself from making some horrible decisions financially? And I want to use this example. So because this is one of those where people have spent a lot of money and we're finding so many different ones of them that the market's being flooded.
Yeah, they were paying $600-800
Yeah,
originally.
and I was talking about, again, right before we went live, talking about the Minnesota quarter. I had a buddy of mine that, "Hey, what's up, Coach's Magic? Good to see you in here. Appreciate you being in here, bud. Thanks for being a channel member." Um, the Minnesota quarter, the extra tree. Now, not the Wisconsin, the low leaf, high leaf, which was
Right.
an intentional design element that somebody put in there, and right, we can
Yeah.
track that. We know exactly what happened with it. But the Minnesota quarter, where a buddy of mine, when it first came out, spent $1,500 for an MS66 or an MS67 condition variety, which is now worth like $150, $200.
Yeah.
So how do you, or what do you do? What do you look at? How do you make those decisions where you don't get burned? And so, I mentioned Paula, kind of, some of the things that we can do to do that. But I want to ask chat before we kind of begin. Hey, Roxilla, 2 months member. Thank you so much for that. Hope everybody's doing good. Good to see you in here. Monkey King Meadows, what's up? Good to see you in the stream. It's nice to have you here. So, what kind of things can you do to get some of those errors and varieties without breaking the bank? So, that's one of the discussions I want to have today. And then, as always, we're just going to talk about whatever comes up in chat. So, if, hey, LAP, good to see you here. If there's something that you want to ask or you have a question, then, let us know. If you have something that's you're concerned about or something that you have interest in, a variety and error, things like that, then, holler at us, let us know. Uh, you can do exclamation point email. Excuse me, that'll pull up the email for me. If you want to send a photo or something like that, we can look at it, stuff like that. So anyway,
Exactly, Coin Junkie. Those are perfect examples. Perfect examples.
yeah, but you can find them
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes.
right? And so, Paula, you said something, and I'm not going to reference the discussion in which we were having when you
Mhm.
said it, but do you want to be first or do you want to be correct?
Exactly.
Right. And so, can we kind of just kind of talk about not specifically that instance,
Mhm.
but what were you referencing when you were talking about that? Can you, without saying the
Well, I don't
details?
care. I mean, I've talked about it before. Um, but if you don't want me to mention it, I won't mention it. But
Well, I don't want to make it like the
yeah,
topic of
no, I
conversation. That's not my intent,
just
but
like, so like articles being written about something, um, before you even know what the cause of something is. Just because you want to be the first article out there. You want to be the first one to write about it, and then that has a cause and effect, right? That has an effect throughout things. So the article was written, the third party graders got a hold of it, got information on it, immediately jumped on it, and I'm not even, I think NGC was the first one to put it on the label and actually slab them as the extra V. And then PCGS jumped on it.
and that surprised the hell out of me.
And there's, right, me
Like I
too.
was
And
like,
there's no agreement as to what the cause is, whether this is damage done after the strike,
yeah.
whether this is damage to the hub, whether this is, you know, only one person really thinks that this was intentionally done, and he was the first one to write an article. Everybody else in the hobby says no way. They know how things are run at the mint now, and they're like, no way that this was intentionally done. And we're finding it now on other spots on coins, in front of the VDB, up by Liberty. It's showing up in other areas, and it's now people who are invested in this being a VDBV are saying, no, that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Well, it is the same thing. It's just in a different area. So that goes along with the theory of hubbed in debris, because debris can move around on the dies and on the
Yeah.
hubs. So if it's hubbed in debris, it makes sense that it would be, especially since it's so close to the rim of the coin. So it would be in the rim gutter, right around that area. That makes sense that it would move around. Uh, so yeah,
So Coach's Magic, I'm gonna make Paula her icon bigger. So you see the VDBV. So this
that's
is what we're talking about. We're talking about the 2023 Lincoln Cent. And or is it 22? It's 23, right?
it's 23. Yeah.
23. So you'll see the VDB here. And the VDB now this V here is a gross exaggeration of what you would see in this particular coin.
Yeah,
But
it's the same size as the other V. It's a different shape, but it's the same size.
yeah, so you're talking about this is just a gross exaggeration. This is just, pure joke. Um, but we're talking about this extra V. Now, this extra V used to be in a single position, kind of like where it is now. And then others started to show up higher, lower in the same area, different positioning. So it would be rotated clockwise, rotated counterclockwise,
Right,
upside down.
right.
And now they're finding it to the left of the other V. And so you're finding it in a bunch of situations. And one of the questions that you have to ask, and you hear me say this, you'll hear Paula say this almost every time she opens her mouth. In order, and I don't say it to be rude or
No,
ignorant,
yeah,
it's just a really good thing. When you're looking at a coin, the question you have to ask is, how did it get there? During that minting process, where in the minting process could this have happened? Because if you can't explain where this could have occurred on multiple dies,
mhm,
now we're talking across multiple dies. So, in order for it to happen across multiple dies, it couldn't be a single instance within a given die. So, it's most likely not caused due to strike. That's an
oh no,
individual die
it
issue.
is definitely on the die. It is definitely on the die.
Well, this is
Um,
what I'm explaining is there are some
right,
people here that we're talking about, varieties and errors.
right.
So this is not a thing that occurred in the strike, right?
No.
So this has to happen in the development of the hubs and the working dies or the working hubs or whatnot. So what they have to determine is where in that process did that occur? Is it on multiple hubs, working hubs? Is it on multiple dies? Well, we know it's on multiple dies, so it has to be some sort of hub damage or something of that nature,
Something like that, yeah.
right? Because you know it has to be tied to that particular section or that particular element in
Yeah,
order to have this across multiple dies, across multiple items. The problem is we don't know, like,
exactly.
exactly where it happened. And there's a lot of people say, "Oh, no, we know exactly where it is," because they saw this article that she's referring to, or
Mhm.
we've heard other people who kinda get the minting process, and they've made a statement about this is where it's at, and they've ran with it,
Yeah,
right? And this is where we're talking about, do you wanna be first or do you wanna be correct? Very rarely are you both.
yeah.
Most likely, you're neither.
And
Uh,
and when you talk about hubs and dies, it's pretty simple. There's master hubs and working hubs, and the hubs look just like the struck coin. Every element on a hub is exactly like a struck coin. So for in this instance, the VDB and this extra V are incused or sunk in on the coin, which means that the dies are the opposite of what the struck coin would be. So these would have to be raised on the die, which means that if this was intentionally done to the die, it would have to be extra metal on the die, raised up. So it has to be something on the hub, on the working hub. It has to be incused on the working hub to
so I
transfer
was
as a raised element on the working die.
Yep, I was just going to go there. So the one thing,
Yeah,
and this is again another assignment that Paula gave me early on, is explain the difference between incuse and a normal raised element. So if you think of a sound wave or you think of a wave in the ocean, right? You take the middle part of the wave, and that is your baseline, right? That would be like your ground level. If it goes below the ground, so it goes into the ground, that's incuse. If it is above the ground, like a mound, i.e., the devices that you'll see on, Lincoln's head, In God We Trust, those are raised elements. They come actually off the coin. Then those are not incuse. Incuses are those ones that actually go into the coin. State quarters are a great example of that, right, Paula?
yes, on the reverse. Yep.
Yep. So when you're looking at those items, you're looking at the wording on many of those coins. Many of the wording in the coins actually go into the coin. They're
Yeah.
inside beneath the surface of the coin. So when you hear incuse and you look at a wave, it's the trough of the wave, the bottom of the wave. That's the incuse reference. And then the mound, the bump above the top would be that raised element, the normal design feature. So when you hear people talk about incuse, that's what they're referencing.
Yeah.
So hopefully, because again, this is one of those things where Paula was like, "Hey, I'm going to give you an assignment." And I was like, "Oh, I get it." Because you can say things like double die
Yeah,
and
over comebacks, yeah.
yeah.
You can use that,
Um,
but
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
so in relief is the opposite of incuse, Eric.
Yeah. So when they
And
talk
coin
about
duck, it can't be a die gouge because it's incuse on the coin. So if it was incuse on the die, which is what a die gouge would be,
it would be raised
then
on
it
the
would be
coin.
raised on the coin.
Yeah. Morning, Malcolm.
Good morning, Malcolm.
And good morning, Eric, by the way. We addressed you in chat, but I didn't say hi. Good to have you. And thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate you guys and gals. You guys are awesome. Thank you. But yeah, so that's one of those things that anytime I have the opportunity to explain ink use and relief, because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I really get it. Like it can be very confusing, but once you get it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, so now I know what to look for. What gets tricky with ink use are scratches
When on the coins, when you see
on the
scratches on the coins, yeah.
yeah, because they look like they're below the ink use. So it looks like they're in the coin, but they're
A
the
lot of times
same.
it's the
Yeah.
lighting that you're using on your scope or whatever, because a lot of people don't even realize that those elements are incuse on the coin
Yeah.
because the lighting is very deceptive. So they say, well, how can it skip over the top of these? You know, if it wasn't on the die, well, they forget or don't realize that those are sunk into the coin. If like if you dug a ditch in the sand and you just ran your finger across the top, it's
Yeah.
not going to go down into the ditch and then over to the other side. It's just going to skip over the top. So you're not going to see where your finger would go down into the ditch because that's not going to happen. Or
Yeah.
if you laid a board across a ditch that you dug in the dirt or in the sand, you'd have that imprint on each side of that ditch, but it wouldn't go down inside of it. So that's the same as the incused elements on coins.
Yeah, and that's another reason when you're talking about the optical illusion,
Mhm.
it's another reason why you can't rely on a scope to do some of your searches. You need to have
A
a
loop.
loop,
Good
right?
morning, Copper Owl.
Hey, Copperal, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. And hey, welcome me. Good to see you in the stream, bud.
Morning, me.
Thanks for being one of my channel members and my mods. Nest Logic member for one
So anyway,
month.
this particular thing just drives me crazy. So when somebody did this, I just thought it was hysterical, and I obviously copied the picture. This is actually what the V looks like. Somebody just enlarged it and then just like it superimposed it or whatever onto the picture. But this is actually what it looks like. So you can see that it does not look like the other V. So it's not an X, not the initials.
Yep. Yep.
And it has very soft, rounded borders. So it wasn't carved in. Because if it was carved in, it would have very blunt, straight borders. They wouldn't be soft and rounded like these are, like a struck through. So it's
Yeah.
what I think it is basically a struck through from the hub to the die. It's actually on the hub. Something got in between the hub and the die, the working hub and the working
Yeah.
die, and caused that and damaged the hub. And then it transferred to every working die that hub made.
Hey, Amy, how you doing, Doctor Who? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you guys being here. What's going on, Kane Friday? Thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate you. So here's a question for you. During the annealing process, when they're making the working hubs and the working dies and things of that nature, could it have been some sort of foreign object that was on that uh, master hub?
Master
That
hub,
what?
the master hub is actually from the lathe, from the it wouldn't be on the master hub because the master hub is the very first one. There's only one of those, and that comes from the reduction lathe
So
that
because this
that
isn't
makes
on every coin, it can't be the master
Galvano.
hub.
Yeah, it would be on
Okay.
every single die. And so every coin would show if it was on the master hub
So
because
this
that's
has to
part of
be on a working hub.
it could be from the work. So yeah, it would have to be the working. It could be between the master die and the working hub. It could have happened that in there something could have been struck through in that. But it's not gonna, what you're asking is, could it have been baked onto the die? Onto the working die, is that what you're saying? Or onto the master die?
So when they're so let's say you take a working hub,
Right.
right? And while they were doing this, there was some sort of foreign material inside of the annealing oven, right? So when they heated that up before they stamped that particular set of dies, could it have been some sort of debris that ended
Something
up
that
in
fell onto it?
uh kind of. So like, when they're making
Nothing
the
touches the dies when they're in the annealing oven. Nothing touches them.
no, but could there been some debris? So like when they put it in, it kind of sat into the working hub so that when they push those into the dies when they were making these few dies, before doing whatever design element they needed to do for those
The
hubs.
die, whatever is on it, whatever this is, if it's on the die, it has to be raised on the die.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, it would have to be raised on the die because it's incused on the coin. So I'm not quite sure I'm following. Like,
Okay, so in the making, so you have your master die or your master hub.
right,
Okay.
that's from your Galvano. That's the original design. You have one of those.
Yep. And then
And
you're making all of your working hubs.
then your master hub makes your
Master die.
master die,
Then your
which
master die makes your working hubs.
makes your working hubs, and
Yep.
then you have multiple after that.
Yeah. Could you have had something in the making of those master dies or the those working hubs where in whether it be in the annealing process or whether it be when they get ready to do that, could that have been where this
It could have been from master die to working hub. It could have been from
yeah,
working hub to working die. But whatever it is, it has to be incused on the hub and raised on the die. So if this is an anomaly during one of those processes, it has to have been incused on the hub, and we know it's not the master hub. So it has to have been on the working hub, incused into the working hub.
the problem with identifying this post facto is that when those hubs or those dies break or when they wear out or they reach their number of mint limit, right? Their number of coin struck limit, they are defaced.
Yes.
So without being able to actually look at that die, it's almost impossible to be able to identify exactly where this happened.
Yeah.
So there would have to be some sort of weird case in which they found it and said, "Hey, you know what? This is we need to look at this." They would have had to have been able to have that hub or that die and able to identify that.
Yeah.
Are there
Most of the
cases
time
where
when
they've
you
identified and been able to do that, so they actually tracked what die number it was or
they
what hub
do
number it was?
so most of them they have tracked them to one die. The ones that look like this, not with the big huge V, because that's just ridiculous. Somebody did this on purpose. The picture. But anyway, the one that's the VDBV that the TPGs are actually encapsulating, those you can track to one because there's die markers, right? Every die has a fingerprint. Every single die has a fingerprint. Um, Sometimes it's super microscopic, like
Yeah.
you have to really get in there
Yep.
to find it, but every die has a fingerprint.
And you may have, are they called ley lines? Or,
Lathe, yeah, the lathe lines we would know if there were lathe lines on these.
yeah.
Lathe lines happened during the creation of the steel shank, I guess it's called, or steel rod that they use to make the dies. It's when they lathe it into a cone shape because dies are actually in a cone shape before they are hubbed.
before they're hubbed into their,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they late those into a cone shape, and they're supposed to file and abrade all of those lines away, but sometimes they don't do a very good job, and they're
Hey,
left.
perplexed mind. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Folks, if we're having discussion like Washington State Jags fan came in, if I don't say hi, we're in the middle of discussion. Please know that I'm not going to interrupt. Um, but thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you. We got 28 likes already. We got 25 concurrent users. So thanks so much.
The value has already plummeted. You're right, Jackalope.
Yeah.
And as the market is flooded even more, as more people are finding them and putting them up, because if you're going to sell them, now's the time to do it because
Yep.
it is plummeting. And that's what makes it so unfortunate for those people who in the very beginning jumped on the hype train and read that article and got their coins, paid to have their coins graded and slabbed. Yeah, so
Yeah, well, and again, it's just a courtesy thing. I like to say hi to everybody as they come in, but
oh yeah.
sometimes when the discussion is whatever, I don't interrupt. Sometimes I do. I do for my channel members. I try to make sure I point to my channel members out because, they pay to support the channel. But not that I'm telling you that, well, you don't pay, so I'm not going to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge everybody, but when if I'm talking, I'm going to stop myself and say hi. Somebody else is speaking, I'm not going to. So I just want to make sure that
I
everybody
don't care if
understands
you interrupt me. I talk
that.
constantly, so you kind of have to.
Well, I don't care if I interrupt you, but it's just a respect factor.
I
Uh,
got you. I'm a blabbermouth. I know it. I get
okay,
very
so
passionate and
hold on,
excited
hold
when
on.
I'm talking about stuff that I love this stuff. So I
Okay,
get very
hold on.
excited.
I'm going to push B. Okay, say you're a blabbermouth again. Ready?
I'm a blabbermouth.
Okay, so now I just bookmarked that. So whenever we do the video, you can go back and see exactly where Paula said it herself. She's a
I
blabbermouth.
know I am. So that's the beauty, though, you guys. That's one lesson I learned early on. If you diss yourself or point your own flaws out, other people don't have a chance. So you've taken that power away from them and you put it back on yourself.
It is a power move, and a lot
It
of
is.
people don't understand.
It
I
is.
joke about myself because I'm good with who I am.
Me too.
I know I have flaws. I know, that's what stupid dad jokes, right? I will laugh at my joke because I think they're funny. And my goal in doing stuff like that is if I can make one person laugh, if I can change the scope or the outlook of one person in a day, I've done exactly what I'm here on earth to do. I'm
Hmm.
good. Like I really am good with that. Sometimes that person's day that changes is my own. And
Hmm.
that benefits a whole lot of people, right? So, uh, yeah, and I do. It's fun, but
It is. It's,
yeah,
yeah,
you
whatever.
got to be okay laughing at
Point
yourself.
out your own flaws
Be
because,
okay.
the only problem with that is that then you get some really mean people that really don't like you and they just make shit up. I've had that happen. Like,
I'm
what? Where did that come from? Jeez.
somewhere. Paula, you are sharing knowledge with us. Definitely not blabbering. Oh no, she blabbers. Azure. She
I do
blabbers.
blabber.
She rambles.
I mean, I do. It is usually about, coins and stuff, but
Will
I
and
get
hey,
super excited.
what's going on, Kevin? Thanks for being in here. Thanks for
I
being a
keep,
channel member. Appreciate you. But again, here's the thing, right? And we talk about this all the time. In general chit chat, sometimes something will be said that you don't get in regular educated discussion. Somebody may say something on just a general talk, and you may go, "Oh, I get it." Right? Because sometimes you just say things differently and it just rings true with somebody.
yep.
So there's a lot of things in just listen and general chit chat, and it's like, oh, I get that. So I never stop people. Like yesterday, it was really funny because uh, who was it? I can't remember who it was. It was like Frosty's got it made. All he's got to do is sit back, twiddle his thumbs because Paul and Eric are taking over his show. He doesn't got to do anything. It's like, and I come back. It's like, I'm back from coffee. What happened? Um, because it's funny. But the thing is that
It's true.
I bring people on because they know more than I do. They're fun. They're friends. I like the conversation. I like the banter. But if I can bring some people up that you guys know are knowledgeable and they have fun and they discuss stuff like Coin Junkie. Okay. I'm gonna pick on Coin Junkie for just a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
I am. I'm gonna pick on Coin Junkie. So Coin Junkie, buckle yourself in, brother. Okay. When I say this out of 100% love and respect for you. You ready?
Oh boy.
I love watching this dude search
Heck
coins.
yes.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people who I like watching their discussions. I like being in their channel because they have good content. I like talking with people. I like going in and just listening to what they do and they say hi and they have good conversations and they look at coins, they do varieties. I like the setups of their screens. I like what they do. But Coin Junkie, yeah, oh
Oh, I
yeah, check this
love
out.
it.
Yeah, look what I got. Oh my God, I just choked myself up. Look at what I found. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and it's like, it's so much
Oh,
fun
I know. He
because,
was practically dying the other day. He was so
yeah,
sick and he was
because he was
still
sick
straight
as
and look at
hell.
the coins.
And just finding, but it wasn't just one, it was one after another, after
Yep.
another, after
I
another.
love it.
And next thing I know, I'm like, man, I've sat here for an hour and watched this dude, and I'm laughing like my cheeks are hurting, my sides are hurting because I was so happy for him,
I know.
right? But it's a lot of fun. Numismatics
That
can
is
get
how it should be.
numismatics can be
Yeah.
boring and lame and tired, and there's a lot of basic information you've got to get. But being able to laugh and joke and talk and rant and those kind of excitement moments,
Yeah.
that's what coin collecting is, right? That's what this hobby is. It's a hobby. It should be fun. You should be able to
Yeah.
laugh and joke and do that kind of stuff. And so I pick on him because I laughed so hard that day. I was
Mhm.
texting Paula. I was like, God, I love watching this. It's hilarious because he gets so, and it's like, oh, is it? Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, no, it's not.
I
All right,
know. It's
next one.
so
Okay,
funny.
is it?
Well, you
Oh,
know what's so great is,
ah,
one of the reasons he has so much fun doing it is because he knows what he's looking for. He's educated himself. So he
yeah,
can spot
yeah.
a double die and an RPM and all those little, die gouges and die markers and things like that because he's educated himself. So the more you educate yourself, the more fun it's going to be because you have a better chance of finding stuff. It's no fun if you're not finding stuff. It's just, if you've gone through 10 boxes and you haven't found anything, then you get kind of discouraged. But when the more you know, the better chance you have of finding something. So,
Well, and we were talking about that the other day, and I was talking with Eric, and in the discussion that we were having, we were looking at 1953 cents or
yeah,
1954, 53, 54,
I don't know.
54.
I
Anyway,
wasn't here.
the estimate mark. You were here actually,
Oh, I was?
and
Oh,
yeah, and it was like, whoa, 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 man. It was like, wait, whoa, 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 go back. And I'm like, what? She's like, you missed something. Like, what did I miss? She goes, go back 2 coins. So I went back to the 2 coins, and it was the one with the estimate mark that has that little diddly off the top of the
oh,
S.
the little San Jose scent.
Yeah. And I was like, well, what is
A
it?
little
And she's like,
diddly.
that's a repunch mint mark. And I was like, really? I just thought it was like, damage or like a die chip or something on there. And she's like, no, that's actually it's a really cool one. They stand out really well. It's one that you can find quite easy, but the one that I found was in like really really good shape.
It's funny
Um,
you said I was there because I don't remember that at all. I don't
you were
remember being
actually
there.
on panel. Yeah.
Okay.
And Amanda was doing what she normally does, lurk, but then she was like, no, 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 no. And then she started coming up and walking through, and we started
Yeah.
looking at him. It's like, well, this is what you want to look for. So I went back through and started looking at all that, the estimate marks and really looking at what was going on. I was like, wow, actually, I've seen those. So I had to go back through and go through all of that stuff again and go,
I was
"Oh,
watching, Ray. I was watching. I saw what you found. You did find some great stuff.
what did you
Yeah,
find, Ray?
he was half dollar hunting with Dolls Dolly up there, always showing those crazy things that she has. But I
Uh,
know. I already got me. First thing I woke up to this morning was Ida telling me I got to quit vaping. So she's she's like,
well,
okay, here's your tough love for the day.
I will tell you one thing. Hey, Ray, if you want to come up and show something, there's the link, dude. Um,
He didn't
but
know I was lurking. I was lurking.
but here's the thing, and Paula, I'm gonna get away from cigarettes first and foremost.
Oh, I quit smoking cigarettes 2
Well,
years ago.
but my point is, yeah, vaping
There
is
he
Hey
is
is.
guys,
not good. What's up, Ray? Vaping is not good, but I would much rather see somebody vape than smoke cigarettes.
Well, and I do the no nicotine, so all I'm doing is just putting a little bit of vegetable oil in my lungs. It can't be that bad. Can't be
it's
that
it's
bad for me.
it's a million times better than all the toxins you were putting in your body.
Yep, yep.
Yes, I know.
I
And
mean,
I feel better. I smell better. I know I
yeah,
smell better because I smell
yeah.
people
Now
now
vaping
that
by no means is good for you,
no.
but it's way better than smoking cigarettes, especially unfiltered for those people that smoke Lucky Strikes over the
But I
years.
am never going to be one of those former smokers that hassles other people. I'm never going to be that. My
no,
dad
I
was
don't
like,
either.
look at that.
Well,
He found some really good stuff.
what goodies we find? Let's go through. I'll make you bigger. You can.
Uh-oh, hang on a second.
All right.
I got to decline that. Okay. Sorry about that. Calling me.
Yeah, Kane, that's true. There's still a lot of that stuff in there, but again, it's way better than all of the other stuff that's in there. And there's a lot of stuff that's in there, a lot of other chemicals that are put in there, but nothing near as bad as the the cigarettes themselves. Amy, another tanker has been hit in the Red Sea, and the Navy shot 2 other missiles down.
What happened? I don't know what's happening.
Ooh, there's some turmoil
Yeah.
in the Red Sea.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's been going on though.
Yeah.
Coach,
All right.
I'm gonna pin that comment because that is an absolute fact. You can't cherry pick if you don't know what you're looking for.
That's
And
true. And if you're
as
only
much
looking for wheats, then you're passing things up. Look
yep,
at that.
and as much as you
You ready?
need to hold on, Ray. As much as you need to learn the basics, it can get boring. So,
Yeah.
I'm one thing that I'm trying to do, and Paula does this, and she brings a lot of engagement and excitement. Ray does this a lot of engagement and excitement. Coin Junkie. Hey, Amanda. Good to see you. Um, Amanda brings a lot of excitement to her room too. Um,
Sorry, Amanda.
we love you, Amanda. But I'll tell you,
She's pretty exciting, that gal.
I'll, I'll tell you what Amanda is. Amanda's
Amanda is
freaking
laughing right now
brilliant.
too. Oh, she's
Amanda's
hysterical. She really
brilliant.
is, and she's very hysterical. Ray,
And she
show us
has,
he's dying right there. Look at
yeah.
that.
Oh, nice.
He found that last night.
Ray's like, damn it, shut up and let me show you my coin.
I
Now.
should have been. It was so much fun. Look at that. Crazy.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
nice year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Early, second year,
Yep.
and pretty
That is
decent
really cool.
condition for a 17 too. So
That is so here's the question. When you're looking at the 1970 Type 1 versus Type 2,
17.
what are we looking for?
I don't know. Is there a type 1 and type 2 on the 17 Walker?
I believe there is, isn't
well,
there?
there are the mint marks on the reverse and the obverse. This one is a
Ah,
filly. This one's a filly,
I don't know that stuff.
just like the 16s, because you have the 16 on the obverse and reverse PDNS, or well, DNS. This one will probably upgrade the one I have in my album, I think.
And I know on the quarters there's a difference, but I don't know about the Walkers. And the
Yeah, that's
Standing
really
Liberty
cool.
quarters. Standing
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Liberty.
think there was something with the 17.
The 90s and then 40s.
I
Well,
believe the
there's a
16. Go ahead.
yeah. You're the 17, I think.
Yeah, and I think
Yes.
it's Type 1, Type 2, and the 17.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know, but that's amazing. How fun
yeah,
is that?
it's a hell of a good fight.
That
Now,
was a blast.
Uh,
What a
this
great
is another thing that we were talking about earlier on the stream, right? Coin roll searching can yield some really cool things. So you don't have to be spending
And
tons of money to get some of these things. You can find a lot of that stuff. Just understand that some of this stuff is going to be, slim and oh, Ray, is that in my wallet?
that one we found last night.
That's my birth year.
I know it. You're very partial to that year.
Hi, Jack. Good to see you, bud. Hope
Morning,
you're doing
Jack.
well.
And then the rest were like stacks of NIFCs that we found. So I'm trying to put together a set for each of my kids of just the NIFCs. And then I have a stack of 74s to go through today. Yeah, so there's the NIFCs.
Yeah, you had a great box. You had a collection dump or something.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Nice. Nice.
now is a good time to be getting coins too, because a lot of people went through and dropped stuff off for Christmas.
Exactly.
So now
See, I
is a
thought
good
this
time
was
to
a
be
proof
getting
at
searches
first.
and doing boxes.
See, I thought this was a proof at first, but then I realized it was a D. Someone had highly polished it or had it as a pocket piece.
Or plated it. What does the edge look
Plated
like?
it. Well, it's kind of got some blues and golds and everything else.
No, the edge is. Can you see the
Yes.
copper?
No. So it's definitely been plated.
Yeah.
Plated.
That's what we were talking about last night. It looks like it'd been plated and polished, and so it could have been a jewelry piece. It could have been.
Yeah.
Stunning.
So they platinum plated and gold plated a ton
Oh yeah.
of Kennedy half dollars. I got a half a box of them. My sister and I, years ago, we bought a box from Silver Seeker, and we got like half, 3/4 of a box of gold plated and platinum plated half dollars, all different dates.
Wow.
Yep.
And they're not worth anything, are they?
They're not worth a darn thing.
Yeah.
There's not enough content on them to.
No, they're actually just damaged. So
yeah.
Same with the quarters. They plated the state quarters and stuff, and
Yeah.
So perplexed. Yeah, that's perplexed is like metal detecting can yield some really good things.
Oh, I bet.
And Ray's proof of that. He's
yeah.
showing some really cool stuff recently of some of the things that he's found. But again, there are ways to keep this hobby interesting where you don't have to. I don't have to make you big, Ray. Sorry. There are things that you can do within this hobby to keep it interesting without dropping tons of money. And doing some base education and understanding what design elements are, what a normal coin looks like, and what some of the things that you need to look for in a coin. You can spend a lot of time and save you a bunch of money by looking at varieties and looking through half dollars or quarters and Dimes are an under-searched resource.
Yes.
A lot of
They're
cool
hard to
things,
look at.
but they are. You got to have some good eyes or have some good equipment, right?
Yeah.
They're difficult.
Yep.
But dimes are a great resource that's underutilized, and so there's some good places where you can find some good things that people. I don't search dimes. It's too
Yeah,
hard
just
for
go
me.
look at that dime that Rob Finds Treasure found about a week and a half ago. That error. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I
anyway.
didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, you need to go watch it.
Okay.
Crazy. I kind of
Time is
thought I knew
going
what it was,
through.
but I verified it with Ken. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, perfect, Donald. I look for it. Yeah, he found a great error.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check. I haven't recovering from having the bronchitis and pneumonia and stuff. I didn't really spend. I would pop in and pop out.
Yeah.
But I didn't really do a whole lot of
I had a
anything. And
question for
now
you.
for me,
Yeah, we
go for
got
it.
an email. I'm just curious to why you suspect or are suspicious that that coin is counterfeit.
Oh. There
Yeah, I'm
are
just
some.
suspicious about it because
Go ahead.
it's a pretty common one. So,
When you look at the other items, number one, the weight is off by probably 3 grams. There's a chunk out of the top of it. It looks like it's been held by a pair of pliers. This is supposed to be brass. It's more of a copper than it is just brass. There's more copper than brass in it. And
you
when
had
you
it
look at,
tested?
huh?
You did have it tested?
Yeah. And when I look at the design element on the six doesn't even come close to what the other one is. It's
Now, see,
shaky and wobbly.
I found examples where it does. So that's why I was asking.
So, well, that's
I
why
don't
I
know enough
said,
about these. This is really old and super crude, right? So I don't know enough about like how the planchets were made or anything like that, because a lot of those older coins, the weights are there's a super big variance in the weights.
Hey, my squirrel sister's here.
I was just curious because it's not one that I would typically think that they would counterfeit just because it's so common. It's like a couple bucks. So that's why and like I said, I only did a little bit of research on it. So I don't know if there's something special about it that I'm missing. Like, is there something special about it that I'm missing on
no,
it?
no, 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 no. My thing is I picked this up
Mhm.
and in looking for it, the information that I was seeing wasn't the same. It's not this is one of those things where, like, I don't do foreign. Like, this is not something that I look at very often. I'm going to put this up real quick. If I can get my goofy thing to work. I don't do foreign coins very often. And so when looking at it, this is why I was like, I, I don't know if it's authentic or not. I need some additional advice, some insight, because
Mhm.
I don't have the answer. Like I don't know. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to um eh, not talking about the person that I got it from, but if they picked it up from somebody and it's not authentic, I want to
Right.
warn them about it, right? Because then they're picking stuff up that is authentic, but it's not. Doesn't matter
Right.
that it was only a $20 or $30 coin. It's that I want to
Yeah.
make sure that they're getting good quality information. They're getting good quality coins.
Mhm.
And so that was more of my purpose for looking behind this and trying to identify this and see if it was authentic or if it wasn't.
Hmm.
So that's why I sent it off. Other than that, it's just a a cool Moroccan coin.
Yeah, because if you look at several examples of those, like the digits are just really crude and they're all over the place. So I'm not sure that there's like a specific one that you could compare yours to. I would be more suspicious if it was like perfectly round and
Well, there's one spot, and I think it's a little bit whatever that it took a hit. You can see where has been smashed.
yeah,
But on the other side, there should be a
but it
little
probably was
notch.
buried or something.
There's a little notch that comes up on that particular coin. And because of that, um, but here I'll show you. I'm trying to
I mean,
pull
it's
it up.
only like a $1, $2 coin, right?
Not what I paid for it.
Well, I don't care what you paid for it. That means nothing.
Yeah,
When I
it's
look it
like
up on Numista and NGC, it's like a $1, $2 coin.
well, like yesterday in one of the auctions, someone had put up that I was watching they claimed it was a nickel minted on a dime planchet raw from 62 and that it was thinner than a nickel and a little bit bigger than a dime and that it had reeded edges. But I just had my suspicions
Well,
settled.
if it's a nickel on a dime planchet in 1962,
It'd
it
be
will be
silver.
silver and it
Right,
will have the same exact weight. So the
right,
weight will be
right.
correct. Um,
It just seemed real fishy, and I was like,
and there would not there would not be any reading because a nickel is so much larger than a dime that
right,
metal would not spread out far enough to have the reading completely struck.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's the coin.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I've got that. Hang on. So let me get
So one of the issues that I was concerned with was right here,
Well,
because
and
when you
those
look at
ancient
it,
coins, that's common though.
yeah.
this isn't an ancient coin. This is an 1870 coin. This is an Arabic calendar. That's not 1286.
Ah,
It's 1870.
well,
That
it's
is
still
a
even
four phallus. That is a Moroccan three or
Three,
four phallus. Three
three
phallus.
phallus. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
three phallus,
Three phallus.
and it's an 1870 coin. Um, but when you look at it, number one, where this little area is right here, there's supposed to be an upcrop and over and down. Now it
Right.
looks like it's been broke off because if you can't see that very well, you can kind of see it there. It looks like it's been held by a pair of pliers, and across the entire coin, it looks like additional material, kind of like it was put into um, like a heavy copper solution,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's okay.
So there's just some things about it. The other thing
Let
is,
me show you this one here. And I
yeah,
actually think that probably is normal part of the design. Hang on a second. I don't know how trustworthy this site is, but this is what I'm getting. So this is an 1869.
cannot see that very well.
You can't see it.
No,
I can see it. You can't see that, Ray? Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah, it's got the
And it's
same element.
yeah.
Got that same chip and everything on it.
well, but here, so okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back. No, go ahead and bring your other one back up.
Bring what? Okay, hang on a second.
So
So this is
this doesn't have,
1869, three phallus, Muhammad the Fourth.
yep,
I can't Alawite dynasty, bronze, Morocco,
yep,
whatever, bronze, Morocco.
yep.
Um,
So, and
uh,
it should rate, what is the weight you have on that?
it's not saying the weight on this. It's just saying that it's bronze. It's not giving a weight.
So the weight should be like 11.5 grams.
I'll bet you that there are variants,
Well, this is 8.2.
and it should
This
be
is
11.
11.5.
Yeah, it could have been in the ground or, lost.
So I
Yeah,
was just asking the question because there's certain things about it that just don't quite
right.
match.
No, I get it. That's why I
So
was asking, like, was there something? Because when I looked it up, it was like everywhere I found it was like $1, $2. I'm like, is this really something that people are counterfeiting? Like, that's crazy to me.
well, they counterfeit 1958 Lincoln cents too.
Well, they do, but I mean, that's, they do that with the whole, because they make whole sets.
Yeah. So that I was just asking the question because I picked this up and I was like, well,
Well,
because
it's like
first off,
I have a 58 Benji common date that's counterfeit.
Yeah.
yeah, and
No,
that
they
stuff
do.
happens.
They'll counterfeit a lot of things.
Yeah, I
But
purchased this originally,
a little
and
bit.
this is another one of those lessons learned.
Yeah.
Right? Know what you're buying. Because
I think it's okay.
all I'm going to say is
Three fellas.
it says ancient, 1286 ancient, right?
Right.
I was like, oh, cool. It's an old ancient Moroccan style type coin. Come to find out it's not ancient at all. It's 1870 because they're utilizing the date. So again,
Right.
this is a shame
That's what
on
threw
me.
me off too.
It's a shame on me for not researching the coin before I got it. Number one. But when I look at the different elements on it, the weight on it and stuff like that, they don't ring true. Plus, it's supposed to be a brass coin and it's a copper coin. So
Bronze.
that's another
Well, and
thing.
that's
Or
like all
bronze.
your ancient Roman coins, they're highly counterfeit all the time too.
Yeah.
I mean, just so as novelties, they'll do that.
Ancient, I'm trying to remember what the date is to make it ancient. It's in I think it's 1300, something like that, pre 1300 or something like that. I can't remember what the classification
And
is.
what does yours weigh?
8.2.
And this says 8.6 grams for the three phallus. Sidi Mohammed the Fourth.
Well, if it says 8.2 or 8.6,
8.6. Yeah.
let me double check.
That's Numista.
Oh, it's 8. So it'd be a little more than a half a gram off.
Which I wouldn't say is unusual.
Because
right?
maybe I was looking at the 4. That could have been
Yeah.
the issue. I could have been looking at the 4.
Yeah.
But this is why I wanted verification and validation to make sure that it wasn't.
No, I just thought I'd take the opportunity to talk to you about it instead of like through email, because we've got the email in there, and since I'm on here, I might as well find out what's the dealio.
Yeah, and if it is, then it's cool.
Yeah.
But
and I see a bunch of them with that area missing. So a bunch of examples that I'm looking at with that area missing. It is super cool.
Yeah. What is that one? Constantine? Ray?
Yep, 305 to 306. Caesar.
Yeah. I've got some Constantinian coins.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
And this one is in such incredible shape too.
That's good looking. I would like to have some of the actual silver content instead of I got the low end ancients.
Well,
I want one of the owls. One of the owl.
Those would be neat too.
Yeah, that's what
the
I want.
Athenian owl. Those are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to get a gold Athenian owl.
I'd be happy with whatever.
I know somebody that has one.
I do too, Matt, from the Coin Show podcast. From Lost Dutchman Rare Coins. Lost Dutchman Rare Coins, they have one. They also have a Cheerios dollar and Cheerios cent in the package together, which is super rare. Still in the package.
I have a Cheerios cent. I just don't have the Cheerios dollar. I would love to have them both.
Did you know what I found out doing some research?
What's
That
that?
those Cheerios dollars, they have two different reverses. They have the normal reverse and they have the higher relief or whatever they call it, the engraved tail feathers. They have two different, and you cannot know unless you open it. And if you open it, you cannot get them graded as Cheerios dollars. I didn't know any of that. I found that out. I had to do some research on that. I thought they were all the engraved tail feather reverse, and they're not.
the extra fine engraving, and I know that they quit doing that because they had issues with die failures in that.
Oh, that was
design.
that was so those weren't found out about until way later. That those even existed. They still don't know why those dies were made with the engraved tail feathers. I think, yeah, they're saying that they were done in 1999 as like an experiment or something. Yeah, the extra tail feather detail.
Yeah, but I thought the
It's
cross
really
hatching
weird.
pattern. So when I was looking at doing that, when I do that for my video, the cross hatching pattern was the original design element, but the problem was that it caused they were having consistent die failures in that area, so they stopped doing it.
So those weren't found until like 2012 or something, or 2000 into the 2000s, whatever. 2012, I think it was when it was the first. Where'd Ray go? Was when they were discovered that those Cheerios. There was, I guess they're saying an estimate of 5,000 of them minted with that crosshatch pattern. But they don't know why they made those dies. They don't know if it was like if they were done in hopes they were going to, I don't know, but they don't know why the cross hatching was done on those. So it's crazy. And the winner is Begotten Solace. How do you say that?
Solitude.
A solicitude? I don't know. Trime. But I found out doing that research that there's two different types in those Cheerios dollar packaging. One is the normal reverse and one is the enhanced tail feather reverse.
Yeah. Matt T, it's actually a 3 phallus. I don't believe it's a 4. I think it's a 3.
It looks like the 3 phallus. And
yeah,
it's the
it's
same.
3 phallus, not a 4 phallus. Yeah. So if that is in fact the case and it is the right weight, then I need to go back and relook at it. What's going on, Chief? Hey, how's Mom doing?
Hi, Chief.
Hope she's doing better.
Oh, he said she's still in the hospital. Ugh. What is going on with Ray? Ray, why are you playing peekaboo?
I think he's having a short circuit with his camera. Either that or he's having internet issues. Yeah,
the Cheerios. So there were a lot more of the Cheerios scent made, and there were 3 different packaging types, and you didn't know which one you were going to get. You could either get just the Cheerios scent, you could get the Cheerios dollar, or you could get the package with the scent and the dollar. And Matt from Lost Dutchman Rare Coins had the one with the scent and the dollar come into his shop that he bought.
Oh, that I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah, I didn't even know they existed.
Well, I knew they had both. I didn't realize they came in one package though.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that either. I knew about this individual ones, but
yeah, I thought they came in 2 individual packages.
They do, but they also come in the package with both of them in there. It's crazy. I didn't know that. It's really cool though.
That is cool. Well, prayers for your mom, Chief.
Absolutely.
Let's let us know what's going on. We'll continue our prayers and stuff for your mom.
What time are you going live tonight? 7 Eastern,
Um,
7 Pacific,
I'm
7
going,
something?
yeah, about 7 Pacific.
Okay.
We're going to stream for about between 5 and 6 hours, somewhere in that time frame, because we want to hit all the time
Time
zones,
zones.
barring maybe Alaska, but most likely, it definitely not Hawaii. I'm not streaming for 12 hours.
Right.
We joked about
Right.
it. Hey, Teach, what's going on, bud? Good to see you here. But yeah, so we'll be doing, and I got some trivia 2023 events. We'll be doing the normal trivia cards. I'll do the wheel like I normally do. So
Cool.
we'll be doing some trivia. We'll be doing some coin education. We'll be doing
Yes.
general chit chat, kind of an open panel for people to want to come up and kind of talk about their 2023 and look at all sorts of different stuff. So there'll be a whole bunch of different things going on.
Well, I would like to
Bifrost,
hang out if that's okay.
you're more than welcome to come
I have
hang out with
nothing
me. I
to
would
do.
love to have you here.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
unfortunately, the
darn
coin
it.
show, that sucks because you're
Well,
like
keep
right there.
focus on your mama, and
Yeah,
it'll
family first.
always be next year. So
Family always first. You can always refine that coin, but you can't reestablish time. Once time is
yeah.
gone, it's gone. So
Oh, I need to get more coffee.
we'll go get more coffee. You're good.
I am gonna. I know
I think,
Eric's planning on coming up tonight and showing me those coins that he got that are Alan Herbert's, and I'm
hey,
excited
what's
about
going
that.
on, Perry? Good to see you, bud.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So
Plug my charger in. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I'll be right back.
yeah, no worries. So we'll do kind of just a little bit of a review of kind of what's going to happen tonight. So for those, and there's a lot of people streaming. So again, I don't expect everybody to be in. It's an ebb and flow, come and go as you please. Um, but we'll be doing, so Bifrost will be doing some custom drawings. Um, she'll be doing some different characters. We'll be doing things like channel stickers. So channel stickers, we're going to do one of the things in trivia is I have different channel stickers that are going to be there, and you got to tell me what channel it is. We've got some Ida's shenanigans, some of the she shop stuff that we've done, like when I normally do my trivia. We've got some 2023 events that we're going to be talking about. We've got just the normal trivia stuff. So we're going to be doing that kind of throughout. There's going to be a lot of discussion and stuff happening. It's not going to be pure trivia, but it's going to be a bunch of different stuff. We're going to have different games. I'm going to be giving a bunch of different kind of things away to kind of just, have fun. Nothing really outlandish and crazy. Maybe a little bit of something. I'm toying with the idea of giving like one or two really big items away.
Hmm.
But I'm not going to announce it. So if I
Mm-hmm.
do it, you just got to be here. Um, I'll probably do one of them. I might do two, but we'll see. But I'm not going to tell you when. I'm not going to tell when it's going to happen. I wanted to get my son to be here when we were doing the New York Times when they were doing that, but he said he wouldn't. He didn't want to be here. He didn't like that. It reminded him of what he's done all year, and I was like, "What? Drop the ball?" Sorry, bad joke. Come on, you didn't even laugh at
I'm
that.
eating a banana. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had a banana in my ear. Me, I'm not a world traveler, but I can give you what I would do. If I was going to Hawaii, even
Fly,
just to go, I would fly because
fly.
you want to spend most of your time in Hawaii, I would think.
Well,
And it's not like there's many ports between LA and Hawaii.
no,
You're
no.
just going to be on the boat.
Now, if you're going to do a cruise, now I was stationed in Hawaii, stationed in Pearl for a number of years, and you can do the inter island cruise,
Yeah.
where it takes a day to get from Oahu to Maui. You take a day to get from Maui to the main island. You can do those kind of things, and those are really cool because you're talking about a day at the water, a day at the island, a day at the water, a day at the island, day in the water, day in the island. They also have really cool dinner cruises. Now, I highly recommend that in Oahu, where they take you out past Diamond Head. They take you out, they give you a really nice dinner, some great wine, awesome Mai Tais, and they take you out on this cruise. It's Sunset Cruise. You watch the sunset over the ocean. You got the backdrop of Diamond Head,
Yeah.
Waikiki in the background. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you want to do something like that, then I recommend doing the dinner cruise. Don't cruise from LA to Hawaii. Okay,
No, I would fly. So I've
Fly, yeah.
been to a couple of the islands. I would spend a day or two in Oahu, go see Pearl Harbor, and then shoot over to. Now, this is just my personal opinion. Right now, Maui really needs the tourist dollars. Oh,
Yeah,
and Maui's
yeah.
beautiful. I would shoot over to Maui. There was only one area in Maui that was affected. So the other side of the island really needs those tourist dollars. So I would shoot over to Maui, spend a few days in Maui. Then I would go to another island, spend a couple days in maybe Kauai. Oh, Kauai is beautiful. But maybe the big island.
Kauai, Lanai, and Molokai.
Hmm.
Those are the three coolest islands.
But Maui really could use the money right now. They
Yeah.
really could use people going, and people say stay away, but the people on Maui say no. You need to come.
Well, and again, if you're going, take a day trip. It's and I don't know what the price is. Back when I was there, I could do a round trip ticket for $90 from uh Oahu to Maui. You stay for a day and
Yeah,
then
you
go back to Oahu.
pedal jumper planes.
But there are some really, really cool things in all of the islands. Pearl is really cool,
Mm-hmm.
but when you go to Pearl, you're going to spend a few hours, maybe three-quarters of a day. The history isn't the memorial. Ford Island, the area where the Nevada was, looking at the mooring sites for some of the other things. You want to go to Utah Point. You want to go see, because a lot of people don't understand that when the superstructure, when the Arizona Memorial or when the Arizona blew up, the superstructure was launched three-quarters of a mile away and landed by over across from Ford Island. You'll see parts of the superstructure. There's a whole memorial thing over there. So there's a lot more to see. You're going to want to go do tours of the buildings that are actually there. And you can see there's certain times of the day. If you go there at it's like between 8 and 9:30 in the morning, you can stand at the entryway of some of these old areas and you can see the bullet holes still through where some of when the Japanese planes come through and were firing rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You can still see the bullet holes come through. So you can actually see where the planes were coming in from. So you can stand there at 8 o'clock in the morning and you can see kind of where they were coming from and get a real good direction of the area in which the planes came in. So there's so much other cool stuff to do. Don't get sucked into the tourist piece of Pearl. If you're going to Pearl Harbor, go check out all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's where the history is. That's where the running of the Utah, where instead of it sinking in the causeway, which would have really screwed the Navy at Pearl, the USS Utah, ran aground. Go check out where that's at. That act is why that harbor wasn't, locked out. They were able to get some of the other things out so that if there were any potential other further attacks. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you want to go look at. Don't get sucked into the memorial itself. Go spend time at the memorial, but don't dig in, don't dwell there the entire time. There's so much other cool stuff to see.
Bohemia Mountain, Oregon. 5. I have never heard of it, Chief. Ground bag.
Oh, they're the ones that did the Rhapsody, right?
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Well, the Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway. True, a lot
I
more to
have
Hawaii,
never heard of
harbor, and military.
Bohemia Mountain.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of cool things in Hawaii, still military-ish. Go to Kaneohe. Kaneohe, go over towards Fisherman's Hat. Right. There's a lot of other cool areas. Now, remember, they flew in from the leeward side. So when you're looking at, where they came over, go over the I think it's the Collie Pass. Go check that out. Go to the other side of the island. There's so much cool stuff to do in Oahu. I'll be honest with you. Pearl Harbor, I want to go there and see it, spend time there, look at it, go check out the Missouri. Now, the Missouri wasn't there when I was last there. It's a new addition, so I would like to see that. So go spend time on the Missouri.
My dad was on the Missouri.
Really?
Yep.
Do you have any memorabilia?
Probably. I know I've got a bunch of pictures he had of his from when he was in the Navy, so probably.
That's cool. Yeah. I love all of that stuff. I just got
Mighty
in.
Moo.
Do I have it here? I think I do. I just got in from one of the channels a card. It's really cool. It is a old military Pentagon ID card.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and I love that old kind of stuff. So if you ever find that stuff from your dad, do that. Amy Harrell said that she had an uncle who survived Pearl. Her dad, who was a merchant seaman, left just a few days before Pearl. Those kind of stories are the things that intrigue me. I love hearing people's stories about that kind of stuff. Another person who I love hearing about, Aunt Laura.
Mm-hmm.
And man, she's got some cool stories. Like she was at the Apollo 11 launch.
Nice.
Yeah, that stuff is cool, right?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to.
So here we go. So let me show you this.
Crap, what's the place called in Florida? I can't.
Arlington?
No, don't get me started on Arlington. Arlington, Texas. No, where NASA is. Come on, people. Cape Canaveral. Thank you.
Okay.
Is it Cape Canaveral? Cape Canaveral. I think it's Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, Canaveral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. So here's, you can't see it very well, but.
Oh, very cool.
And so she sent a little thing that said, I don't have my glasses. That's
I was two, Amy. I was two.
But it came from Seven Stacks, and she's like, her husband was military.
Canaveral's the old name. Okay.
She passed around about the time that the card expired. But anyway, was told he honored the tomb, or stood as guard of the honoring the tomb. The tomb of the forgotten soldier.
Once a guard, always a guard.
Yep. So anyway, I love
you take that oath for life, man. You take that oath for life. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is one of those things where, and they're very somber about it. They don't talk about it. It's not, it's there's a definite brotherhood.
Amazing.
People who have stood that. Yeah, it's really cool. Yep, there's a lot of cool stuff that happened on the Missouri. So anytime I find out of military members serving in some of those things, it's always cool to hear. So I would like to see if you had photos they took, because all that kind of stuff.
I have photos of him on the ship. I do know that. They're in a box in my garage.
we need to do a time, and we need to do like a you know, uh, a discussion on the USS Missouri, and I want you to show some of that stuff. I love
Yeah.
seeing that kind of stuff and learning, because if we don't discuss history,
Yeah.
then other people write it for us. If we don't share our stories, other people will tell us theirs.
Or we'll
And
repeat it. We'll repeat it.
well, we need to remember people's stories,
Yeah.
right?
We need to
That's what
learn from them.
I mean, from the dawn of time, we didn't write.
Well, you want to know what my
We
dad's
taught.
story
We
is in the
shared
military?
stories.
I could tell you his military story in 2 seconds. He was in sick bay almost the entire time he served because he got seasick. That's no joke. He was on one ship and he got seasick, and they're like, "Oh, we'll take care of you." And so they stuck him on the Missouri, and he was in sick bay the entire time.
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's my dad's story. There's a few pictures of him when they were docked, standing on the ship where he looked really good. But
Copper out.
when it was out at sea, he was in sick bay.
Wow. Copper out. That is something that is awesome.
Has a
My
mission.
father-in-law has a mission patch from the Challenger
Oh,
mission that
wow.
went wrong. Now that is that's one of those things where I take a moment and remember that day as well.
I
Um,
remember that day.
I remember watching that. Yeah. I
Yep.
was sitting crisscross applesauce in front of a rolling TV at school.
I was at home sitting in front of the TV watching it.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I want to go to Cape Canaveral or whatever it's called now, Kennedy Space Center. I
Yeah.
want to see the big memorials of the, you know, the
That's one
people
thing about
lost.
living here. We're so close to NASA. We're only like 2.5 hours, well, 3.5 hours away from the NASA facility there outside of Houston. So
Yeah.
we can go over there. I had a really cool experience the first time my wife and I went. Um, she was like, "Do you want to spend extra money?" Because we were getting ready to go on a cruise. But there was something going on, and they had to delay departure for like 6 hours. And so we were on our way, and we got the notification on our phones, and we're like, "Well, we got time to waste." So we went and did a astronaut guided tour, and we got Mitsuri. I can't remember his name. One of the Japanese astronauts. And while we're sitting there, they're like, well, what's going on, and what what do you like about this program? And I was like, man, ever since I was a kid, I always loved space and looking at these kind of things. And we were sitting there and we were looking at the modules, because in when you look at the modules where they do the training, there's a Soviet module, there's a Japanese module, there's all the USA module. There's all these modules where they do the work, they're complete exact mock-ups and exact makeups. And so they were kind of talking about the various modules and stuff. And he was like, "Well, who's your favorite astronaut?" And I kind of looked at him and I was like, "Okay, so now you put me in a really bad box." I said, "I don't know that I have a favorite one, but I'm really amazed of Scott and the fact that he had just celebrated, the 1 year in space." And he's like, "Well, do you want to say hi?" And we walked around the corner. He's standing there. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Well, hey, he wants to meet you. He thinks it's really cool that you were a year in space." So just by happenstance, we got to actually talk to him. So that's probably my coolest NASA story. But yeah, it's cool stuff.
I just watched a little bit on that. What was it? Was it the first Apollo? Which one was it that blew up on reentry?
Well, there was Apollo 13. We all know is that the mechanical issues.
Right.
Apollo 11 was the one that reached. Um,
The moon.
are you talking about?
The Columbia. Yes, that's what it wasn't
That's a
Apollo. It was
space
the
shuttle.
Columbia.
That's not Apollo.
Yeah, it was the Columbia. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a
that's the
space
one
shuttle.
where the heat shield
Yes, they blew up
disintegrated
on
over
re-entry.
Texas.
Boy, that,
Yeah.
they still have not found all of the debris. They still have not found all of the debris from that explosion. Can you believe that? That
Well,
was catastrophic. I don't know
it
what
was
would be worse,
spread.
the Challenger or the Columbia. I don't know which one would be worse. I think the Columbia would have been worse.
Well,
Almost home.
the
Horrible. Almost home, man. Oh,
No, the Challenger disaster, they believe that
that was a
the
rocket booster, one of the solid rocket boosters, right? That
yeah,
leaked
and
the ring.
so there was a failure in the O-ring, and it
Yeah,
led
and the
to a gas exhaust ignited and ignited the rocket that blew it up. But they believe, and if I remember this correctly, and I haven't looked at it for a number of years, um, that the astronauts were alive. Most of the astronauts were alive when the
I
hit
saw
the
that.
water.
Yeah, I
Right.
saw that
So it was the impact
impact. Yeah.
into the water that actually killed the
You
astronauts.
know, though, I have a hard time believing that decompression wouldn't have killed them first. I mean, I
Uh,
really do, because there had to have been that compartment they were in had to have decompressed like rapidly.
well, I don't pretend to know.
Right. I don't either,
But there were, I believe there were post-explosion communications that were
really,
retrieved
hmm,
with,
surprised those haven't been
30,
released.
40 seconds um after detonation.
Really.
So, and I
I'm
again,
surprised
there's
those
a
haven't
lot
been
more.
released.
We'll do, Killer. Definitely we'll do that, Strider. I'll
Because
see
the
you later
reason
this
I'm saying
afternoon.
that is because so they know that during like most plane crashes, when they have that sudden, it's the fall, that most passengers pass out
Well,
like right away.
okay, Crispy Mofo that's exactly right. They activated their oxygen, so there was
Really?
certain protocol was being activated during that time frame. It wasn't radio communications. It was there were protocols that were being
That were
activated.
activated.
Yeah, during post the explosion.
And they can prove that it was actually them that activated and not just some glitch.
No, there were things that they were flipping switches because there's certain protocols and standards that have to happen for certain things to be on. And
I am
there were
really surprised there weren't like parachutes or something then that they could have deployed.
well, and again,
Off
I
the
I
craft
can't
itself,
speak to,
but
because again, when you look at the Apollo 13 is a great example of that, right? Um,
that was an oxygen tank, right?
say again.
The 13, something to do with their oxygen tank that blew up or something.
Yeah, so they stirred the tanks and there
Yeah.
were damage to the tanks. So when the tanks ignited, there was fuel that had leaked because of the micrometeorites and stuff that had happened,
Mm.
or whatever the damage was. I think there were micrometeorites. But
That's horrible.
what happened was there was some of the solid state or the liquid state nitrogen that had leaked out along that fuel cell, and so when that ignited, the stuff that reached along the bell ignited all the way up the side and then blew that whole back end out.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, crispy mofo. So there were manual things that had to be engaged.
Hmm.
Crispy was saying they had to actually
That's
turn the handles on the
terrible.
thing.
I did not know that. That's terrible. I was always under the impression that they just died instantly. Like I know that the what were we just talking about? Not the Challenger, the Columbia. Those people
What was
died instantly.
the
Those
but I
people
thought
died
there was
instantly.
I thought crispy, I thought there was external damage because there was a leaking of the fuel system that caused the wiring might have been the thing that sparked it. I thought when they went to light it up, oh no, that's right, because when they stirred the tanks, the wiring is what ignited that damage that was there. That's right. That's right. I have that backwards. And again, I don't pretend to be an expert on on all things space. It's been a while since I've read and looked into that kind of stuff.
That's
But
horrible. I would have said, I'll pass on the oxygen. Let me just pass out. You know?
yeah, but yeah, so they say that the in the Challenger disaster that the astronauts were alive. It was the impact of the water that killed them, and
Wow.
the impact may not have been the only thing. They probably drowned. So
Drown? You think they survived the impact from that high? No.
well, if they survived the explosion, you'd be surprised at some of the structural stuff. I'm sure the impact, but there's a number of different reasons. They don't actually know exactly why. But when you're talking about the Columbia,
Yeah, that was catastrophic.
that would have been horrific
Yeah.
because number one, you know it's coming. You know the damage is there. You're seeing it break up. There's nothing that you can do. And it's the inevitable. And when it happens, it happens. That feeling alone
Yeah.
had to have been just.
But it was pretty quick. I mean, it was seconds from when it was breached to when it just exploded.
But they knew that they had suffered heat shield damage.
Yeah.
They knew there was a high likelihood that they could have a failure.
Oh,
So when that stuff started going south, these are highly trained professionals.
yeah.
And when that starts going south, they know.
Yeah.
Like, we're done. That is
What?
that would be tough.
Wow. Okay.
What's that?
Nothing. Somebody in your chat.
I'm not.
That's a
What did I
shocker.
miss?
Hmm?
I missed something. This is kind of well, it's not a dark subject. We were actually talking
No,
about military
I'm gonna
history
send
and
you a message.
yeah, we were talking about military history and stuff like that. Then Copper Owl said he had a mission patch from this
Right.
and
No, I'm gonna send you a message.
tangential squirrel, right?
Let's see.
So but anyway, yeah, cool stuff. But yeah, that had a huge impact on my life. I remember when Reagan was where I was when Reagan got shot.
I sent you a
Mhm.
message.
I remember 9/11 where I was. A lot of history. Oh, didn't see that. So, but yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that historically, yeah, crazy stuff.
The wingnet kids are going to chase.
So,
Yeah, slab it. Right.
what was that?
Me.
You
I'm a
need to change the
wingnut.
wee wins to Paula is a wingnut.
I'm a wingnut. Sure am.
So, is Chief still here? Is he still lurking?
Probably. It's amazing people that lurk. I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to be good. I'm going to bite my tongue. I'm not saying nothing.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Hint, hint,
Amanda.
wink, wink. It's very difficult for me.
That's good advice, Coach. So here's a question. Don Liebman's like, I'm lurking, just listening. 2024. So we got stackers in here, we got collectors in here. What are your guys' plans for 2024? Are you guys looking to hold? Are you guys looking to buy? What are you guys looking to do in 2024?
I'm looking to teach.
Well, you
Surprise,
and me
surprise.
both.
You know what
You
I'm
and me
looking
both.
forward to? The flowing hair metal that the US Mint's coming out with. That's it.
But
Ray.
that's not coming out till 26, right?
No, it's coming out next to 2024.
Is it?
Yeah. They originally designed it to be part of the Liberty series, but they changed their mind for whatever reason. So it's just
You
a
know which
metal
other
now,
one?
but it's beautiful.
The other one that I'm looking forward to is it's the 4-coin set.
I am not looking forward to the 7 Harriet Tubman coins. I am looking forward to the, oh gosh, what is it? Hang on, I'll tell you. I want to get the name right. I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm looking for the Greatest Generation coins.
The Greatest Generation, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
what I was.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
be.
looking forward to those.
Mm-hmm.
Coin Junkies like try to find more goodies.
I'm looking forward to the 2024 cents coming out, so we can look through those and maybe have a beautiful die break like the 2021s had.
Say that one more time.
The 2021s, the huge die break. It was like a 4 or 5 progression on the cents.
Oh, who did the progression on that? Who took the?
Well, so here's the deal. Sean, Blue Ridge Silverhound, and myself were donated boxes by Lisa Simplified. She sent him a box and me a box of the new 2021s because someone had found one of those die breaks. Amazing die break.
See you later, Ray. Have a good time.
I opened my box, not a single one. And they were from her area. That's why she sent us the boxes. Sean opened his box live and found a crap ton of those die breaks in all the different progressions. There's like 4 progressions of it. Yeah. And so he made a hefty profit on that. But
and you got squat.
Well, he sent me a series. He felt bad for me. He's like, okay, well, here, I'll send you a thing of the progressions. But I got squat.
Let me pull that up. Hold on.
Oh, okay, Ray,
like
have a blessed day. Church is later for me, so you're going early service. Oh no, because you're not Pacific time.
No, he's here. It's 10:30.
Oh,
so he's only a little bit away from his area.
Yeah, that's my usual time.
So the greatest generation is commemorating the World War II. Or is it World War I? World War II. World War I. Now I can't remember. World War II. World War II. And so there are some $5 gold coins, some silver dollar coins, and some clad $half coins.
Yes.
That are going to be released. Let me share my screen real quick and I'll show.
Yeah, I think there's like 7 of those too. There's 7 of the Harriet Tubmans because we all know we need 7 Harriet Tubman coins. Yeah, those are
so the $5 coins.
Those are pretty special. I'm not crazy about the gold design. Not crazy about that.
Yeah, I like the folded flag, but it's not something that really calls out to me. This is supposed to be a representation of the
memorial.
Right? The memorial itself. Right? But the gold coin, it's cool, whatever. It doesn't get what gets me is the clad $half ones and this set right here. So I thought there were better images of it, but I guess there's not. This is a really good design. On the reverse, you have in the air, at sea, and on land. I love. Let me do this.
Yeah, so pretty.
Much better. Absolutely phenomenal design. Now I am poo poo on the mint, but I'm telling you, this is a gorgeous design.
Yeah, it's
I
really
really
pretty.
do like this. It's really good.
I
It
do too, me.
encompasses all aspects of the military. It shows the common worker, the nurse corps, Navy, Army Air Corps, right?
Hmm.
Marines, it's all there. But this reverse, man, that's just good looking. Absolutely just good looking reverse. Absolutely love that. Um, but I think what they should have done is they should have put no here. So it says no BS instead of
Oh, ha 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 ha.
you're like, I didn't even catch that. I'm sorry. It's
I
just the way
like
it
that
works. And then
that
these,
they do multiple designs. I just think that they should just pick one and let it play through clad, silver, and gold. I mean, pick the one that would look the best in all three, metals, and just go with it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this would have been beautiful on a gold as a gold coin. Would have been beautiful.
This
So
would
would
have
the other
been
one.
this would have been a really cool gold coin.
Mm-hmm.
The reverse on this is a really good representation of the
Yeah.
memorial itself. This is a really good coin. The silver coin should have been the gold coin
Yeah. Yeah.
because that damn thing is gorgeous, and I'll be
Yeah.
jumping all over that one.
They could have done the silver and the gold in the same design, and then a different one in the clad.
Yeah,
Um,
but
yeah.
the clad coin would have done really good as the gold coin as well. This is a really good design. The gold coin should have been probably the clad. Um, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. It's okay. I mean, it represents, kind of a artistic representation, but this is far superior to that gold coin. But my personal thing is this one right here.
Yeah, see, and the silver dollar one, I think that one would have been beautiful in gold. I think that would have been just
This would have
stunning in
been the
gold.
best gold option.
Yeah.
This is just a good looking.
I don't know why they had that third design. Why they, they should have done the gold and the silver with the same design. They've
I
done
would
that in the
have
past.
I would have sold a lot of my stack to buy this in the gold
Yeah, would have been pretty.
because this is just number one, you know, I am all about esprit de corps,
Yeah, it would
but
have been
this is
really
just,
pretty.
it's a gorgeous design, absolutely gorgeous design. And I see high potential for double dice.
They don't usually have those. Those are pretty rare on medals and on the commemoratives. They're pretty rare to have double dies on
Yeah.
those.
But it's just,
But
man, that's such a good looking coin.
it is really nice looking, yeah.
I think this is one of the few where I think the mint did really well on. Like I am poo poo on the mint right now. I'm very angry that the last 4 orders that they've done all come back as canceled. Like I haven't gotten any orders from the mint. All of my stuff has
Really?
been canceled. Nope. We ran out. We ran
Hmm.
out. My Navy coin, the Navy medal, right? We have extras.
Mm,
They canceled my order. And then they announced they had more.
really?
And I was like, oh, I'm so done with you guys. Like I am so fed up with you guys. So I canceled my subscription for over what,
I
10 to
just
15
take it
years.
for what it is and, hope for the best, and that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, there's very few things I order from the mint, but, I don't know.
Yeah. So there when you're talking about this particular one, there's only a mintage of 400,000 across all of the silver products. So when you're talking about the 1 ounce or the 5 ounce or the 10 ounce or whatever they're going to do this in,
Well,
the,
I think they're only doing it they're not doing 5 ounce and 10 ounce.
They've got a couple different ones. If I remember correctly, it's not just the 1 ounce. I thought
Of
there were
that?
2 of them. Yeah, I have to double check. I thought there were 2 of them because they were talking across all silver product options. So there's more than.
Yeah, because they're talking about the single coin or the 4-coin set. Those are the product options.
Oh, okay, okay. Maybe that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of then. Yeah, but anyway, I would like to get this. And there were other design types that were made, but they've settled on these ones. But man, this one, yeah, I just really like this one. So this is called The Greatest Generation, and this is going to be issued in 2024. And this is one that I'm definitely going to be looking for.
And once again, I'm disappointed with the women's quarters. Not a clue who most of them are. Oh well. They didn't ask
Yeah.
me, so. But that
Um,
flowing hair metal is going to be beautiful. They're doing it in gold and silver. It's going to be beautiful.
where's the is that under a commemorative?
It's a medal, so it's an anniversary medal. The flowing hair, yeah.
This is par for the coin.
No, it's in silver and
Yeah,
gold. So it would be an anniversary product.
makes me
Oh, there's
angry.
your
I want
navy.
this,
Well, it says add to bag.
but I've ordered it, and twice they've canceled my order saying we're
Have
out of
somebody
stock.
else order it for you. Pay somebody else to order it for you. Get that dang
Makes me
medal.
angry. It makes me so
If you
angry.
want that medal, don't let your frustration with the mint keep you from having something that you really want. Have
Yeah,
somebody else order it for you and send them the money.
I don't
'Cause you
see the. I don't see the 20. Oh, I
it's
probably have to look
2024.
at.
You don't see what?
I have to go to the product schedule.
For the
There's all
2024
the
flowing
Harriet
hair?
Tubmans. There it is. Okay.
Ugh. 7 of them.
Yeah, it's insanity. Oh, they don't even show the image.
No, but you can, images. What is going on here? Okay, there we go.
Oops, I hit the
So
wrong button. What's
I
up,
can
Happy Chappy? Good to see you here, bud. Thanks
I
for
can
being a
share
channel
my
member. Appreciate
screen
you.
and show you.
Yeah, please go for it. What's going on, 949? How you doing, West Texas Stacker? Thanks for being in here. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's good looking.
And then there's your reverse. The chicken.
They don't have a
Again.
price point on that yet either, do they?
No, they won't until closer.
Good morning,
And
UCI2. How are you
that's
doing?
showing the edge inscription. It's going to have edge inscription. But
All
yeah,
right, me, we'll do.
it's going to be beautiful.
I
I'm
sent
excited.
them an email. I'm waiting for a response. I'm hoping that they can rectify whatever the situation was. I'm beyond frustrated with them. I didn't get
Very cool of you, 949. I hope you are. Somebody order him that medal.
it's frustrating to
I know.
I didn't get my reverse proofs. I got
Really?
notification they took the money out like 2 weeks, like a week early.
Yeah,
You
they
and I
did that
actually
for everybody.
had
Yeah.
this conversation,
Hmm.
and then they said that they ran out.
Were you on the subscription?
Yeah. And they took my money out,
Something's up with your account.
and then they said that, well, no, they had taken the money out. And then they come back and they said, no, we're not going to do it. Now, I got my mint set and I got my other stuff that's the,
Yeah.
dime a dozen stuff. but all the medals, all the collectible stuff that I ordered, I didn't get one of them this year.
Weird.
Nope. And I called them. I'm like, look, I'm really aggravated. They're like,
Yeah.
well, you got your money back, didn't you? Like,
Hmm.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
just,
that's frustrating. There's
yeah.
something's up with that. Your account's flagged or something for, I mean, I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but something's weird. I'd get to the bottom of that. Because if something really special comes up, you don't want to miss out on that just because they've got some weird glitch in their system or something. I'd call and get that straightened out.
Yeah. Sorry, Eric, if we threw you for a loop on talking about
Whatever.
all the tragedy that we did earlier. Um,
Sorry.
we go squirrely sometimes. We just start talking about random stuff. Somebody
Yeah.
says something in chat and it's like squirrel, shiny
Yeah.
object.
He is. He's on their blackball list. He sure is.
Yeah, I must have done something to piss him off, but I'm not sure what it is though. It's frustrating because there were a
Maybe
couple of
they've been
things.
watching your show. You never know who's going to show up in your chat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird because
Weird.
like I had conversations with people and they're like, "Oh, well maybe I'll try to order it." And then they do last minute and they get it like 4 days and then I get this notification that said
Yeah, that's
they don't get it.
crazy. That is
But
crazy.
I didn't get my Air Force medal, I didn't get my Marine medal, I didn't get my Navy medal, and I didn't get my reverse proof sets.
Hmm.
And they're like, "They're still out there. I can order them.
Yeah, that's
I get
crazy.
all my other stuff.
They don't
Why
like you.
can't I get the collectible pieces?"
They don't
It's just
like you.
yeah. So,
That is crazy. I don't know.
hey, Strider, it all depends on, what we're doing, but yeah, you're more than welcome to pop up for a little while. Sure.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big old ebb and flow. There's gonna be people coming in and out. But nope, Coin Crew is not doing an auction today.
Oh,
Um,
how come?
they're taking time off.
Oh, for the holidays. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Good for
taking
them.
time off, and so they're gonna do
Take-
whatever. I'm only gonna go for about 20 more minutes because I got to go pick up my daughter. She was doing some stuff with the uh, challenged children today at church. So
Hmm.
she was doing some like special art time and arts and crafts and kind of putting some
Oh,
stuff
fun.
together because for the adults at the church these people make me laugh sometimes, but it was pajama day, so
Oh,
they're doing
every
all
day's
sorts
pajama day
of
at my house.
like hot chocolate and all sorts of kind of stuff for the
Hmm.
kids, and
Fun.
so it's just this huge play day for them. So um
How fun.
coach says, I can't imagine why they would flag your account. It sounds like a clerical mistake.
My
Yeah,
grandson
I'm
got
not.
first in his wrestling meet yesterday.
Say again.
My grandson got first place in his wrestling. It's his first year wrestling and he's killing it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
next week he's got the qualifier for state. And if he comes in the top 3 next week, he gets to go to state.
that's awesome.
Yeah. He's only 10.
All
He's
right,
killing it.
Strider, you have a good one, bud. Take care of yourself. Get some good rest. And again, one of my subscribers from Malaysia. I think that's really freaking cool. So
Nice. Good
thanks
night,
for being here,
Spider.
dude. Take care of yourself. Young kid got a cool little gaming channel, and he's like, "Hey, I know Bifrost." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh, that's
very cool.
cool." Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. Um, Navy
What
medal
kind of
order.
games does Bifrost play?
Um, she does all sorts of weird stuff. So she likes to do stuff on the Oculus where
Whatever
it's
that is.
interactive. So it's virtual reality. You have
Oh,
headsets, and then you have your controllers. So like Beat Saber, Immortal Vader. She likes to do some of the
oh, let me look,
Cyber
Donald.
World meta stuff. But she's also good at like um,
Donald.
Halo and some of those other things. She just likes to play games. Uh, but she does a lot of the virtual reality stuff because she does her artwork in there. So she'll actually go in and then she'll talk with people and then like, what do you like? And then they'll name a type of character and then she'll draw it. And
Yeah,
then they'll do digital imagery and, stuff like that. So she enjoys doing that kind of stuff. She'll be doing some of she won't be doing digital artwork tonight, but she will be doing, so we'll be, doing discussions and doing stuff, and she'll be doing drawings and we'll be giving that kind of stuff away. So,
yeah.
but should be a lot of fun tonight. Looking forward to it. So, but
Where
again, the stuff with the mint, if I wasn't getting anything, like if I wasn't getting any of the mint sets, or if I wasn't getting any of the the other little piddly stuff, then
Mhm.
I would say, oh, there's something wrong with the account itself. But it's the collectible stuff. Like I can't get, like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not sure what it is that is the problem. I got my peace dollar. I ordered a peace dollar, 2023 peace dollar, and got it, but they weren't selling a ton of them. I think they still have them, right? They just weren't selling. So I was able to get that,
Hmm.
but I just, yeah, it was like the only thing I was able to get this year. Everything else, they took the money out, and then, 2 weeks later, they're like, "Oh, there's a problem with your order. We refunded your money." Like,
Weird.
huh? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it really doesn't make any sense. It's just strange. So,
So Donald, I know what that is, but I can email you.
what is it?
So he sent an email. Um,
Is it an image that you want to bring up?
I can. It's up to him.
Donald, would you like her to bring it up and discuss it live? Or do you want her to do a little bit more research and then get back with you? He said, sure, fire away, do it.
Okay, hang on. Oh, I got to bring it up here. Hang on. Open, open, open. Oh, come on, buddy.
Harry, you have a great day. Take care. If you have the opportunity, stop by, say hi. And folks, if you don't know Perry, or you haven't gone and checked out, Perry does some amazing stuff. He does
Download.
some crazy cool things with cards. Go check out his channel. You won't be sorry that you did.
It's okay. Oh, crap. How am I going to do this? Let's see. I think I can
Send
do
me
it
a
like
photo, Chappie. Let me see it.
I'm working on it. Give me a second.
EMR. Do you want your dreams crushed privately or publicly? Oh, dude, Eric, that made me laugh. Man, that's funny.
La, 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 la.
Y'all, thank you for being in here and hanging out. Um, I really do appreciate you. Let's do this. Why don't you guys take the next 2 or 3 minutes and just start entering stuff into chat? Let's get you in there. I'm going to do I'll do a couple giveaways. I can't do too much because I have a bunch planned for tonight. I don't want to totally exhaust my stores, but I've got a scent variety that I'm going to give away, and then I've got a small little drawing along with another coin that I'm going to give away. Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
Computers suck.
The first one, I'm going to have you give me a character, whether it's a cartoon character, anime character, whether it's a gaming character, whatnot, and I'll have Bifrost draw you a small little character. You guys know who that is?
I can't see anything. I'm trying to get this picture. Me and computers. Fun stuff.
Pewters. Time for
Computers.
National Yosemite Sam. Animaniacs. Kevin, that's correct. That is an Animaniac. Yakko, Warner, and Dot. And that is Yakko. So, but
Window. There
do you
we
use
go.
VPN when you order from the Mint? I always use VPN unless I can't. I use VPN for everything. Protection of your information is utmost important. All right, so what we got going on here, Paula? What we looking at?
So I'm pretty sure he's looking at that little nubbin, little anomaly there on the 9.
Can you zoom in a little bit, make it just a little bit larger?
Try. Is that working?
Yeah, it's working perfectly.
That little thing right there. So that is just a dye gouge. That's all that is. Yeah. I believe in the past people have tried to say that was like a D mint mark or something, but it's not. That's just a dye gouge. But it does look cool.
What about that little
So,
mark
hello?
inside the D on the 58?
The what?
What about the little mark on the inside of the D?
I don't see what you're talking about.
If you look at the center point inside the D mint mark.
One second. Let me get back to where am I? I lost my thing. I lost
You were
it.
in Oregon, hon.
No, I know. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, oop. There it is. Okay. That little thing.
Yeah,
Can you see my hand? Hello.
I can see your hand.
I don't think that's anything.
No.
Don't think that's anything. This could be a repunch mint mark, but I don't think that's part of it.
Only reason I ask is because if you look to the left of it, you kind of see that.
I think that's a
Yep.
shadow. I
Is
think
that a
that's a
shadow?
shadow. Yeah.
Okay.
I would need a more clear picture of the mint mark because see how this pixelates when I zoom in?
Yep.
That's why we have to have you guys take close pictures because when we zoom, when we try to zoom in on pictures, it gets too pixelated and then we can't see the detail. Like I can't see if that is a little split right there or I
Yeah, because you
really need
kind of
to
look like there's a bottom serif too.
right here.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not
I don't
there.
think
That, yeah, right there. Right in that area.
I think that's just part of I think it's just a shadow, but see, we can't tell
Yeah.
because it gets too pixelated.
Well,
So
because you're taking a picture of a screen.
yeah.
Yeah. So you'll lose the actual details. So the
But
the item there in the 9, that's a die gouge?
and then I think that and I think he's also so I want to look at hang on, I'm going to go to something real quick. Let you guys look at that for a second.
That area between the lower end of the 5 going out at a 45-degree angle.
1958. Yeah, I need to see better pictures of that because
Rockzilla. Did you hear that NASA's starting up the Apollo missions going to the other life forms? Sorry for throwing your garbage out. They're calling it Apollo G.
but yeah, that's just a die gouge on the 9. That's not any kind of doubling. That's not any kind of doubling or anything. So
Rock,
it's just a die gouge.
Rockzilla, I want you to know I'm adding that joke to my arsenal, dude. That's hilarious.
Arse to your arse and all.
My arsenal.
Arsenal.
My arsenal.
Eh,
That's
okay.
hilarious. I love that.
So I want to see, is Donald saying anything?
Donald says, so excited. It's my first discovery.
Yeah, it's not, so it's just a die gouge. I say just a die gouge because it's not a double die or a variety. It's a die gouge on that 9, but it does look kind of cool, and it does look like people look at it and go, that looks like a D, but it's not. Why does the 9 have a point? What's your point?
So that's the die gouge. So
That's
what
the
you're
die
saying
gouge,
is
Amy. Yeah.
you're seeing the corner. So if you take
Mhm.
a good example of this is you're talking about, remember when that kind of stuff happens, you're talking about a sharp point reaching in. So if you take, the triangular spatulas, if you
Yes.
were to take that and dip it across pudding, you would have that kind of a wedge shape from when you went in. That's basically what's happening on the metal. So you have this gap area inside the metal. So when that is pushed into the coin, it's raised. So it looks like it's part of the design element because it's gouged into that area. And so because of that, it looks like it's raised connected. So it's the same basic premise.
Yeah.
And that happens on the die because
Happens
it's
on the die.
raised. If it was incused, then it would have happened on the.
And it's usually caused by a feeder finger mechanism, what brings the planchets in and pushes them back out in between striking, or something dropped on the die. It's some kind of die damage. It can be done when they're braiding the dies and they get a little heavy-handed.
What's going on, MJ? Amy, the reason that the 9 has a point is because there are different styles of 9s. So
and it's DIE, Amy.
yeah. And so when you look at so again, the 9, the point of the 9 could point to an earlier die stage. So as the die deteriorates or they do polishing or whatever it is, the edge of that 9 will get rounded. So it'll talk to like the state of the die. It'll kind of give you an idea of what the die state is. Did I say that correctly?
Sure.
No, seriously.
No, you did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I said it, and then I was like, is that right? Because sometimes I get those things backwards. I'm still learning. Bye, Jess. Have a good day. Enjoy your Sunday morning.
Trying to find another example of that because I've seen it before. And I think it actually at some point they were trying to say it was a misplaced mint mark. But it's not.
Oh, Kevin, I just got your photos. That's cool, dude. That's really cool, dude.
What happened?
Kevin sent me a 1700s Iranian coin picture.
Oh, nice.
And it's the oldest coin he has. It's pretty cool stuff.
Anyway. So yeah, Donald, if you want to send closer, clear pictures of that mint mark, we can look at that and help you see if should be pretty easy to identify because that would be that die gouge in the 9's a huge die marker. So it should be pretty easy to identify which RPM it is if it's an RPM. But I need to see a clearer picture of that mint mark. So
all right, UCI, are you ready? Woman.
Animal.
I love Animal. Animal and the Tasmanian Devil.
Heck
Those
yeah.
two of my favorite. I love those.
Donald, die gouges can happen on any year from any mint. So yeah.
Why is me upset with me?
Me is upset with you?
Yeah, he says, I'm upset with you now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
I don't know. I'm going back up in chat to check though. But I see your visitor came and left really fast. I don't see your visitor anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even see the visitor pop
Oh,
in.
that was weird, right? I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
oh,
"Huh,
what? Are you
wow."
lost? Don't stay too long. You might
You
hear me
didn't
say
say
something
there
bad
was a
about
2.5 ounce. I did show you the
Oh,
bronze. I did show
yeah.
you the bronze one.
There's a silver
Oh,
one too, isn't there?
oh, is there a silver one?
I think so.
I didn't see that one. I only saw the 1 ounce one, the one that I couldn't get.
I think they
The
all have two. I think all of the things have them in silver. All of the branches have them in
Oh,
silver.
I did not know that.
2.5 ounce. Yeah.
Cool.
Am I a drummer?
So, I'm not a drummer, I just beat around the bush.
Oh, snap. Ray, did you? Oh, Ray's at church. Never mind. I'm glad he didn't hear that. He'd be using that joke.
Yeah, he's not here. He's
Like,
not here, but, I can say that with you because you're
or
cool
that's
like that.
horrible. That's horrible. You need Jesus.
I have Jesus. He just shakes his head and he's like, "Man, I don't know what I
Yeah, I
did."
know. Same with me. I know. Same with me. He says,
He said
bless her heart.
people were going for a ride and they yelled, train rides, and I thought they said brains, and I
Yeah.
ended up on a trip.
I know.
That was
My
one of the unfortunate ones that climbed the ugly tree, and when I fell out of it, it fell on me.
oh my gosh.
Anyway, you got to
Jesus
be able to joke
loves
about yourself.
me, this I know for the Bible. Okay.
I remember the old kid songs. I remember
This
all those.
little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Put it under a bush. Oh no!
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the old Sunday school songs.
Oh yeah, I remember all of those. I remember all of those. Yes.
Yeah,
Lots
Father
of fun.
Abraham,
If my
many
mom,
sons, many sons
Father
said,
Abraham,
Father
said
Abraham.
many sons, many sons. Oh yeah, I remember all those. Everybody's like, "What the hell is
I
wrong with you
know.
two? Where did you guys
Lost you,
go?"
lost you.
Talking about
Conducting Sundays.
burning bushes, and then you go into this little light of mine.
I know. You went to the wrong Sunday school then, Kevin. Sunday school should have been a great experience. You went to
Oh
the
man,
wrong
we had
Sunday
so much
school.
fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I look at my grandkids now and our church has a great youth program and a great, Sunday school program. They have so much fun. They have just a blast.
Coach, you're funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yes.
they wrote a song about me. My granddad used to tell that about me. I used to have really long hair before I went to the military.
Mm.
Um, I'll see if I can. I think I still have an image. When I went into the military, I had 16 inches cut off
Oh my gosh.
of my hair. Yeah, and
That
that's
was the
before.
best day of basic training. That was the best day of basic training. When our brother flight came in, and then the next time we saw them, they all had naked heads. That was the best day. That was
Yeah,
the best day.
I went and got mine done. I donated mine to Locks of Love, um, and we cut it off, and then they cut it, and they
Nice.
wrapped it up and sent it off, and they're like, "So why did you cut your hair?" I'm like, "Well, I'm going into the Navy," and they're like, "Oh yeah, this was wise.
Yeah,
It was wise."
it would have just ended up on the floor.
Yeah,
But
and I mean,
they are
I was
not
able to,
kind. I still
and I
have
had,
my basic training videotape. Oh, I need to put it onto CD. Need to have it transferred onto CD. I still have the videotape and it shows my brother flight all getting their head shaved. It's the best. And they are brutal in there. They are not kind with those clippers.
oh no,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
They don't cut it ahead of time, nothing.
oh no, it's gone.
Yep.
Yep, it's just gone.
Oh, it's so funny. And some of the guys that are tan, they have like that perma white line around there.
And it doesn't go away because you're wearing a cover all the
It
time.
doesn't. Yep.
So when you're inside and you take it off, you got this freaking glowing beam here. Yeah. Or if you have a widow's peak, it's like wink.
Yep. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's the
God,
best.
that's some good memories right there. That is
It's
some
and
good
some of the
memories right
guys
there.
have the weirdest wrinkled. They look like Shar-Pays. Their heads are so wrinkled. It's
Yeah,
hysterical.
I have a good head for being bald because it's nice and square. I don't have any funky ridges. But there are some people that's just
Yep.
like layers and layers and layers of wrinkle in the back.
Yeah.
Like, how do you cut your hair without like destroying yourself? Like you have to grab it and pull it down and
So
uh,
funny.
all right,
Anyway.
folks. Well, I have
All
to
right.
go pick up Bifrost, so I
See you
gotta drive
tonight.
across town.
I'll see you guys
7
tonight. Love ya.
7 p.m. on the
Bye.
West Coast. It's gonna be 10 p.m. on the East Coast. We're gonna be starting at 9 p.m. Central. Anyway, like I said, fun games. We should have a good time. Come hang out. If you need to hold and conserve money, there's not going to be buying or selling. We can do that if you want to. If you want to do some trading and stuff like that, that's really cool. Um, there will be some. Actually, you know what? We could probably do a little bit of that, but just let me know uh, if there's anything specific you guys want to do. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for the support. I appreciate all my members. Thank you for the subscribers. You guys have made 2023 a really cool year for me. So thank you so much. Hopefully, I can continue to grow and share information and resources with you all. Not necessarily growing my channel, but helping grow you. And if there's something that I can do to make a world a better place for you, then I'm going to do what I can to help that. Y'all take care. Be well, be blessed. Love you guys. And we will see you tonight. We will see you then. Until then, have a safe and great New Year's Eve day. All right. We'll talk to you later.